Is the Moonlight Sonata of Beethoven hard? Well, a lot of you might think, well, the third movement. Well, that's hard. It's obviously hard. But what I'm talking about is the first movement. Everybody loves to play that first movement of the Moonlight Sonata. And yet, you might not realize how hard that movement actually is to be able to play it the way it should be played, to its fullest potential. What makes it hard? Well, in a nutshell, you've got a slow melody on top, and then you've got all these faster triplets, and you don't want to hear it like this. I'm making no concessions whatsoever for the melody on top. You really want those triplets to be as quiet as possible, and you have to really delineate the melody way more than you think you need to, because when you have, it's not quite that melody note is here. As it's fading out, but the triplets keep going. So you've got to really bring out the melody on top and really keep your fingers close to the keys, playing the accompaniment as quietly as possible and get the sound like this. And that creates such a mood because it makes everything feel slower when it's the melody bum, ba-dee, bum, ba-da, that you hear instead of do-do-dee, do-dee-dee, do-do-dee, do-do-dee. Those triplets are fast, and it takes the mood away because it feels hurried hearing all those fast notes. Those fast notes should be just kind of like a babbling brook with a melody floating on top of that. Isn't that beautiful that way? How can you achieve this in your practice? I have videos on this, but I'm going to give you the little shortcut here of the way to practice it is to play with different articulations, as I've talked about before. If you like tips like this, I'm about to show you, consider going to the description and setting up a personal appointment with me for a consultation at the Living Piano Mastermind Club, where we cover things like this and far beyond. So watch this practice technique. use your hand to delineate melody from accompaniment. Or something like that. You get the idea of the practice technique. Because you know, it's hard to quantify loud and soft, but short and long is binary. It's either short or it's long. And when you first try this, you're going to find that if you've never done it before, it's going to be exceedingly difficult. So what I recommend is take the right hand alone, go extremely slowly. And don't be afraid to really hammer out the melody notes so you can get that nice legato. Little finger staccato. And you go through the whole thing this way. And you get the distinction in your hand. Your hand learns accompaniment from melody. Then it's just one easy step to play loud and soft instead of short and long. It's a way to quantify your hand's position and the voicing of different parts within one hand. Try it out in your playing, because the Moonlight Sonata is not easy. And incidentally, that second movement might seem simple, but musically, to pull it off and to have an idea and to get the gracefulness and the little bit of humor and the lightness, very difficult. The third movement is obviously difficult in obvious ways of just sheer speed and power. But the other movements, musically and technically, the challenge of voicing and spirit, they're not any easier than the third movement. Once again, I'm Robert Estrin. This is livingpianos.com, your online piano resource. Thank all of you subscribers, people who've been with me for years. I can't thank you enough. To know there are people who care about the piano like I do is enriching. We'll see you next time.